Others, keep your cams on. Equilibrium. So what is equilibrium? If the net force acting on a system is 0, the system is said to be in equilibrium. Now, so if a body is in equilibrium, now see, don't confuse, between the words equilibrium and rest. If a body is in equilibrium, its acceleration is 0. Acceleration is definitely 0 because force is 0, the acceleration is 0. And it may have velocity. There is no guarantee it should be at rest. And it can move with constant velocity. Now see, the important thing is this, look at the definition. If the net force acting on the system is 0, it is in equilibrium. Bas ho gaya definition. There was never a mention about velocity. Remember Newton's first law? A body continues to be in a state of rest or uniform motion until unless force is acted upon it. So for a body to move, you need not apply any force. Real life, maybe don't see this thing because of air resistance and friction. But actually, if you see, without applying any force, the body will continue to move. Getting its example, if you take, so we have a block, this is at rest, this is in equilibrium. Suppose the same block is going with speed u on a smooth surface. This is also equilibrium. Suppose if you have a body like this and someone is pulling with F and F, it is at rest because pulling equally. This is also equilibrium. Net force should be 0. F and F will cancel out, na, vectors. Right? If two friends are pulling you right and left, so you'll be at rest only, na. Whoever is pulling strong, you'll go that way. If both are pulling with equal strength, so you'll be at rest only. Put it down. Copy. If you see, right, this is from a movie called Gravity. So this was the starting introduction. She, you know, it happened, there is an accident and she comes out of the spaceship.
Explorer, do you copy?
See how it looks from our perspective.
Houston, do you copy?
Can you see how the entire thing is rotating?
Houston, this is Mission Specialist Ryan Stone. I am off structure and I'm drifting. Do you copy? Anyone? Do you copy? Please copy.
So you just keep drifting, rotating. You can't stop yourself. And it is too dark. That was the starting trailer. That is the starting scene. She starts drifting. So on Earth, what happens next? You are moving, so you can catch something and stop. There, you can't stop yourself from rotating. You can't stop yourself from moving. So think from that lady perspective. If you're just rotating, your head is spinning on one side. The Earth is rotating. You can't even tell where you're going properly. There is one, you know, the ending climax in that's a pretty good. She uses a fire extinguisher, you know, in order to navigate. She uses that like a rocket. I'll show you that in Newton's second law of problems. So yeah, so you can learn a lot from movies. You have to see good movies, but if you see Salman Khan ka movies, you won't learn anything.
So also in Martian.
The endings in Iron Man. Superman, na, he flies with making a hole in the hand. That was also a good one. So fine, equilibrium. So how to solve problems in equilibrium? The steps. So first thing, choose your system and your coordinate axis, meaning x and y axis you define. Second thing, draw FBDs. Third, resolve forces along the coordinate axis. Fourth, net force along the axis should be 0. Example. Let's say there is a block. There is an F. There is an F. There is an F. 3 equal forces with an angle theta and an angle theta. So the question will be find theta if system is at rest. Now see, understand one thing. If body is at rest, it is in equilibrium. If body is in equilibrium, it need not be at rest. Hope you get that point. If a body is at rest, it is in equilibrium, net force 0. If a body is in equilibrium, it doesn't mean it should be at rest. It can go with constant velocity also. Getting it? So vice versa, it is not there. So how do you solve this question? First thing, define your x and y axis. So this is my x, this is my y. What are the forces? This F is already in this direction, so no problem. This F is in this direction, this F is in this direction. This is theta and this is theta. Next thing, resolve forces into components. How do you resolve into components? This is the triangle. No? Now, this is all vectors again, okay? So this F ka components will be F cos theta. This is the adjacent side. F sin theta. The bottom one also will be F cos theta. This will be F sin theta. And this is F. Hope you're getting this thing. So finally, this is how it looks. 1F this side, 2F cos theta this side, F sin theta upward, F sin theta downward. Completely cramped. So the vertical components will cancel F sin theta, F sin theta. Horizontally, you will get F is equal to 2F cos theta. So cos theta is equal to half. Therefore, theta is equal to 60 degree. Have a look at the example what we did. It's all about resolving the forces into components. Vectors mediate resolution of vectors. In case someone has a little doubt about it, you should go and definitely revise in vectors that particular part, because this entire equilibrium is based on that. Draw an FBD, which I taught last class. Choose your x and y axis, divide the forces, balance the horizontal and vertical forces. We'll do a few problems, you'll get the hang of it. Done. Next thing. Keep your cams on, people. I'll be removing you from the group, from the class. Next one. Let's see some problems. You have two blocks here. Someone is pushing this side with F, and this side with F. Find force between the blocks. Simple one. Meaning with what force each are pushing each other. You can visualize this like you and your friend are sitting, 4 people in a bench. This friend and this friend is pushing both of you together. Happens a lot. So with what force are you pushing your other friend? You must have done all these kind of things in school. I never used to do such things. I used to do like what? I used to sit on this corner, 3 people are there, I used to push all of them inside. So the wall used to act as another person. We used to play very weird games in school. Huh? Whatever the teacher teaches that day, we used to play that game. So one day, our history teacher was teaching World War II. We started playing World War game the full week. I was Germany. So I took Japan like that. So what we should do, you should take a rubber band, put a paper, and make and start shooting rockets. So that. And one day physics teacher was teaching about black holes. So we started playing black hole game. You know what was the game? There is a bench and there is a bench. So we three people sit here and three people sit here. Anyone who goes this way, catch him and pull him inside and start beating him. So that was the game because we learned only one thing about black hole. Its gravity is so high, it pulls everything. So we decided like whoever goes beside this bench, we catch him, pull him inside, beat him, and throw him from this side. So that was a black hole game. So one day we pulled a very big guy. He smashed the black hole and went away. After that, the game stopped. So we have very nonsense games like that. Schools used to be fun once upon a time. You could throw dusters on the teacher. Teacher used to drag you in front of everyone and take you to principal to complain. And not wantedly, you are playing cricket and teacher came suddenly. What to do? We got out. How to do this thing? Listen, I'll show you one. First thing, choose a system. I can choose 2M or M. I'll show both. Draw the FBT. Force, normal reaction. N ground, your own weight. So there are total 4 forces on this guy. Next, choose your coordinate axis. Up and down. Here it is easy. Now, vertical direction. That is an x-axis, y-axis. What are the forces? Up is positive, down is negative. This is a net force equal to 0. Net force is mass into acceleration. Acceleration is 0. So N ground is 2 mg, but this is not what I asked you. Horizontal direction. F minus N is 0. N is F. That's it. That's the answer. So N is the force between them. No? So when it's a force between them, indirectly, it is a normal reaction. They're pushing each other with N. Now, can I do taking the other block? Yes, you can do that. You should get the same answer. F N, your own weight. Ground force will change a little. So in this case, N ground dash minus mg will be 0. So N ground dash will be mg, but that's not what I want. N minus F is 0, N is equal to F. So if they ask you the question, what is the force between them? F. Simple, but yeah. Now, whatever I'm teaching you today, all these things will move in the 4th class. Next class. Here today, things will be addressed only. We'll just find forces. Clear? Next thing. Find force between them. Find the force between the blocks. 。 Let's see. So if you draw for M, first its own weight, then N12. So N12 minus Mg is 0. So force between 1 and 2 is Mg only. Next thing for 2M, N12 is pushing from top, your own weight, N23. This is N23 is the force between 2 and 3. So up is positive, N23 minus 2 Mg minus N13 is 0, but N12 is Mg. So we get N23 is 3 Mg. He didn't ask you for the lowest one, but I can do that also. This will be N23, this will be your own weight 3 Mg and N ground. So N ground will be 3 Mg plus N23, which is 6 Mg. You can do this thing, or if you want force here now, I can take this whole thing as one system, isn't it? So you'll get directly answer from there instead of doing this thing. You want force between 2 and 3, that is balancing total with 3 Mg. You'll get it in a single step. Put it down. Any particular thing you didn't understand, please ask me. Done. Next one. Finding tension in a string or a rope. So what you do here, draw an FBD up to the point where tension has to be calculated. That is, visualize you cut the string there. Visualize, it's not actually cut. You visualize it as if it's cut at that point. And then resolve the forces and solve. Idea is pretty simple. Important thing here, tension is not equal to external force. Tension, see, due to external force, tension comes. But tension and external force are not same. I'll show you what it means. Put this down. Done? Let's see a question. We have a rope. You're pulling with 100 newtons. This is fixed to the wall. Find the tension in the rope. What is the answer? Can you just see and tell? If you're pulling a rope with 100 newtons, what will be the tension?
100 newtons.
Anyone? Any guesses?
100.
100.
100 newtons.
Fair enough. Looks 100. So how to do this thing? But you want to find tension? Cut it here. Let's see the process. Wherever you want to find tension, cut it there. Visualize as if you're cutting there. So if you take this piece, FBD, you will find tension F force, and this is the tension. Agreed? Now from here we get F minus T is 0. So T is equal to F, which is equal to 100 newtons. Are you getting the process what I'm saying? Now this T which is there is due to what? This is due to left part of the string. You're getting it? You have to draw forces acting on the body. So who is pulling this string? The left part is pulling the right side, na? Hope all are clear with this thing. The same question, if I ask you this way. What is the tension now? Can you see and tell?
$200.
200, okay.
Zero.
Any other
Zero.
answer?
100.
0, 100, 0, 200. No, fine. See, first thing. For a person, right? Whoever think it is 0, that's the most common answer. Huh? Now think about it logically. If two friends are catching both your hands and pulling you apart, you feel comfortable, relaxed. That is the meaning of tension 0, na? When you say tension 0, now see what is tension? Tension is not external force. Tension is a response of the system in order to, whenever a material is getting stretched or compressed, the material will try to respond by generating a force which will try to bring you to natural state. It's a kind of like your body immunity. The way it tries to fight the viruses, the body, right, when you stretch it, the bonds get stretched, they try to generate a force which will try to bring it back to natural state. Tension is not external force. When you said 0, right, it is what? 100 minus 100, net force is 0. That I agree. Net force is 0. That has nothing to do with tension. So whenever you think like that, think logically. Na? If two friends are catching your hands and pulling, will you feel comfortable? That is the meaning of tension 0. Second thing, people who say 200. Force is a vector quantity. How did you get 200? This is 100 I cap, this is 100 minus I cap. They'll cancel out. How can you add 100 plus 100 and say 200? Doesn't make sense. How to do? Now I'll tell you one thing. See, there's nothing intuitive about tension. You cannot see and figure it out. Put this down. I'll show it on the next page.
Sir,
All right.
could you go to the previous page once? Done, sir. Thank you.
Copied? Next page. Now see how to do for this thing. So if you know how to do this problem, you'll not get cheated. I'll show you how a company used this concept and made a lot of money. Now see, you want to do FBD, what you do? Process, cut it here. So you choose any one part. I can choose the left or the right one. I'll choose the right one first. So this is F, this is tension. This is due to whom? This is due to left one. System is in equilibrium, so net force is 0. So T is equal to F is equal to 100. Tension is 100 newtons. I don't care what is the external force and all. Suppose if you take the other piece. This is due to what? This is due to right one. So you get again T minus F is 100, 0. So again tension is equal to F is equal to 100. The tension is 100 only. If you're pulling with 100, 100 on both sides, you get 100. Now you get a feeling like, sir, but there are two forces, na? I'll tell you the problem is that only. There are not two forces. Tell me one thing. In the first problem, when you draw the FBD, how many forces are there on the rope? How many forces are there on the rope?
Two forces.
Two forces are there. What is the second one?
Tension.
No. Tension is internal, no? That is inside. On the rope, what is acting? This F, there is a Volcker force now. If you tied the rope to the wall is also pulling you, isn't it? Since the system is in equilibrium, F wall is also equal to F, which is equal to 100. That means, isn't this problem as good as this? A and B, both the problems are one and the same. There is no difference. Difference kya hai na? Here you saw only one F, so you thought tension is 100. Here you saw two Fs and you got confused. In reality, this is nothing but Volcker force, which you are not able to see in the previous problem. Are you getting my point? So basically, this force is playing the role of the wall here. Think about it. If this force is not there, the rope would have gone forward, no? You're getting it. So remember this thing. Whenever you calculate tension, be careful. Don't say if tension is external force. If you see, dono mein, so what is the external total force here? Total force 0, na? That's why it is not moving. Here also total force 0. That's why it is not moving. So tension is not 0. Hope this logic was clear. The problem A and problem B are one and the same. A and B are same problems.
Sir, is force an external force?
If the F na 100 you're saying, that is external force.
But then you said tension is not equal to external force.
No, what is the total external force here? 0, na? Tension is not equal to total external force. Ashna, it's like this thing, what I was saying. You have a block here, mg, normal reaction. Is normal reaction equal to mg? Meaning, is normal reaction mg same? They're not same, but they're equal. Na? That is because you proved it. Don't get confused. There are two different things. You're getting it? See, normal reaction is force due to repulsion. Mg is force due to gravity. When the block is at rest, both become equal. It doesn't mean normal reaction and mg are created by the same person. No? The same way here, see, why are you getting tension? When you're pulling this with force F, externally, the material is getting stretched, which is generating the tension, which luckily became equal to F. Are you clear? So when I say external force, total external force. This is not the only force, no? This force is also sitting here. That statement simply means, you know what? People just think tension is equal to external force, total external force. Hope everyone is clear A and B. exam, this will be the question you can see in mains and NEET. Simple question, straightforward. They'll put 100 on both sides. They'll ask you find the tension. Most people will rate 0 or 200. The tension will be 100 only. So how to cheat the customers using this concept? So US, right? There's a company called Levi Strauss. You must have heard about it. It's a jeans company. Still exists, Levi's. So these people, right? Actually, now these jeans and all actually are worn by industrial workers. Right now, we are wearing these jeans pants and going and everything, fashion and all. But these are actually manufactured for the industrial workers. One second. I just removed everyone from the group. Yeah. So what these industrial workers used to do that time now, see, these jeans are pretty rough and tough. You know, when you wear it, they don't tear that easily. They're very strong and all. So industrial workers used to prefer them. When they used to go for work, now they used to wear them. So right now, when you talk about clothes, you talk about fashion and everything. But that time, right, it is always about how strong the quality of the cloth is. You want to wear them for years. Getting it? And right now, I see, right, meaning people want to change clothes every year. But during my time also, my mom used to think like, okay, will this fit my son after 2 years? She used to, buy always something like 2 inches bigger only. So first day when I used to wear, it used to be like, I'm floating like a ghost. The clothes are too much. But after a year, it used to fit. After 2 years, it used to become small. So that's what happens when you're a kid. So what these people did, the company people, in order to promote them, they took a pant, tied this side to a wall, this side they tied it to a horse. Okay, that's a horse. So don't worry too much about it. So then what they did, when the horse started pulling it, the jeans, right, was not tearing, meaning it was pretty strong. Then they're like, see, our pant is so strong, even when a horse pulls, nothing happened. This is the quality that we are providing. People were so impressed. Are seriously, a horse is pulling and nothing is happening. So people were ready to buy for an extra premium. The next year, what they did, they took the same pant. This time they tied 2 horses. And they pulled it. Now what they said in the ad, see, this is even better than last year. I'm higher premium, higher, better quality pant. Even when 2 horses are pulling, nothing is happening. Now we humans, what we will see, 1 horse is pulling, strong. 2 horses are pulling, must be more strong. Because see, we see the number of horses, right? Number of horses, so more strength it is. And the best thing was this: you sell this for $10, you sell this for $15. People will pay $15 only because they think 2 horses are pulling, double strong, but cost is 50% less. It is the same pant. So this was the ad. You have 2 horses with a pant in the middle, and they are just pulling it both the sides with full force. So this was that Levi Strauss jeans. If you see now, even till today, that Levi's the 2 symbols will be there of the horses. They'll be like more like this, standing on 2 legs. But this was the ad. So what people will see is 2 horses. So this should be double strong. So if you know little physics, you'll understand that guy is literally cheating. It is the same pant. You would have gone and brought the $10 pant only. Getting it? So this is how it works. If you're a little reasonable, right? See, 11th and 12th, what you need to learn, it's not about physics, maths, chemistry, or biology. Till school, now they spoil you a lot. They never let you think. This question is this, that question is this, nonsense. So this is the first time where teachers are telling you to think. Because going ahead in life, right, that is how it will be. If you can just buy hard and if you can just remember stuff, a computer will do a better job. Right? No one will hire you, even if you're a super doctor. But if you want to go everything, what do you call it, by book, You will be replaced. Even if you're a best doctor, right? Maybe 20 years down the line, robots will do the surgeries. Simple reason, not because you're bad. Robots, right? No need to pay salary. They don't ask for increments. They don't take rest. They do less mistakes. Economically, it is better to hire a robot than you. That's what they're doing right now to factory workers. You go to even a place like Gujarat, where they have this components manufacturing. That person, right, in 2010 used to have around 300 workers in the factory. Now the same factory hires only 20 people. These 20 people are just to take care of the machines. Machines will do the work. And every day 3 shifts. Humans used to work only 1 shift, 8 hours. You want to make them work extra, they used to complain. Sunday holiday, festival holiday, every nonsense you want a holiday. Machines won't ask for holidays. So me being a businessman, that is the most best thing, right? That's what I prefer. Humans are still needed. If you are exceptional skills and all, there will be something machines can't do. So you're still needed. If you're not going to be good, you will be replaced. Remember that. So 11th and 12th is the time when you can actually start thinking. So if you see there are multiple things, whatever concepts you're learning, you can think about it. Great. Let's see problems on this. So that was the third one. So we have a 2 kg block. We have a 3 kg block. Find tension in the strings. G is 10, okay? We have a spring balance. This is a 10 kg block. This is a 10 kg block. So find the reading of the spring balance. Get these 2 questions? Now, what does the spring balance measure actually? Spring balance measures tension in the string. Whatever is the tension in the string, it measures that. It doesn't measure weight actually. Whatever strings that are tied to it, it measures that tension. Chalo, get these 2 things. I'll give you a minute. Let's call this thing T1, T2. This will be 30. So T1 is 30 newtons. If we talk about the 2 kg block, that is T2, your own weight, and T1, which is 30. So T2 will be 20 plus T1, which is 50 newtons. You could have taken this whole block as one system. You would have get directly T2 is 50. You could do that also. But fine. Have a look at the fourth one. Any doubts, please ask me. You know what is the biggest problem in lifts? When you're building a very tall building, one of the biggest problem they face is escalators, lifts. You know what is the problem? If you go to a building like this Abu Dhabi, what is that thing? Tallest building, Burj, I guess, right? That big building. So if you go to any skyscraper or something, the biggest problem they face, right, is this lifts only. You know how will this lifts be? You don't have a single lift. You have from 1 to 40, 40 to 80, 80 to 100. The biggest problem with this lifts is if you actually have a lift from here to here, the weight of the wire becomes so much that itself will be 3 to 4 times the weight of the lift. The wire which is hanging, that tension will be so high, getting it, there's a high chance it will snap. Instead of that, what they do, they have lifts at every 40 floors. And not only this thing, Mumbai, you can check it out, all these 40 floor buildings, right? They don't keep one single water tank for everyone. Every 8 to 10 floors, you have a mini water tank, which you don't see maybe. If it is only 12 or 13 floor, you can have a single water tank. But if it is 40 floor, think about it. Raising water till 40 floors is time consuming and takes a lot of energy. Instead of that, build 5 or 6 water tanks at 8 floors. Fill them up individually. So these floors will receive water from this tank, this tank, this tank, this tank, this tank, this tank. Saves you a lot of energy. Why do you want to send water for this guy from here to this height? You can just pump it till here, no? You all will get it. And not only this thing, I think, where they do this kind of stuff, normally if you see every 8 or 10 floors, there is a service floor. Anyway, that floor is going waste. I think that is where they construct these kind of things. So one of the problem with the lifts is that only the length of the cable wire. The wire itself becomes so heavy, the lift can't go up. You need to put a lot of energy for it. So I think when you're going to climb that building also, you have to go to 2 or 3 lifts. You can't go in a single lift to the top floor. If someone has gone here, you can tell us. Fifth one.
So mostly in Empire State Building, it's just a single lift.
Single lift,
for 80 floors, 80 or 100 floors.
Seriously, that is anyway pretty old building, no?
Yes, sir.
So,
but I have been 4 to 5 years ago, so I don't know if they've changed it.
Yeah, but still they used it when they used it.
Yes, sir.
They had cool. That building has 73 lifts, it seems. They have from 0 to 80. After that, they don't have. Then you have to take another lift. And the building is pretty old, na? Maybe that time they didn't think that much.
And it also has a very high speed.
Obviously, in 80 floors, you think it goes around, the people will go mad inside. And if it is like Mumbai, so what will do? A kid will get in and press all the numbers. That will be more hopeless. Think about it. 80 floors, every floor it is stopping. Start with the fifth one. Now see, the spring balance will measure what? Tension. So take any one block, no? 10 kg ka. So weight will be 100 Newton. This will be tension. So T will be 100 Newton. Now if you take the spring balance, so this is being pulled by tension 100. This is pulled by tension 100. So tell me, what will the spring balance measure? If you pull both sides 100, 100, what it will measure? Just now we saw this thing. 100 only, no?
100.
So here the spring will register 100 Newtons.
And also we are using only one string, right?
Where left side also it will be same tension, na? 100. You're pulling both the sides with 100, 100 now. So that is, it will show 10 kgs weight. So the reading of the spring balance will be 10 kg. It won't show 20 kg, it will not show 0 kg. Fourth and fifth, hope it is clear. Please have a look at it. Any doubt, please ask me. Yesterday exam paper, I think some people are yet to give it. So we'll be discussing that on Saturday. So make sure to solve the entire paper again and let's see. Turning the page. This is small m. Find the ratio capital M by small m if system is at rest. Get this thing? How to do this thing? See.
Sir, 8:1.
If you take here tension to be T, this is also T, na? Same string. If this is T and T, this is 2T because two strings are balancing one string. If that is 2T, this is also 2T, same string. This will be 4T. This is also 4T. This will be 8T. This will be 8T. Please have a look at this. This we did last class. This you should have an idea. Now, if you draw the FBD, 8 times tension is balancing capital Mg. This tension is balanced by small mg. So we get 8 times capital D is capital Mg. T is small mg. Take T and substitute here. We get 8 mg is capital Mg. So m by small m is 8 is to 1. There. So this is actually the force multiplier. You can lift, more weight by keeping less weight at the bottom. Done. Next thing.
World. I bought this one. It looks like it goes to a boat or something like that. Pulleys are one of these things that everybody knows about. They know in a perfect way. My kids, how you doing? Good.
Now see.
Blocks, right? If you have to pick something up, you have to pick up all of the weight of the thing and, whether you know it or not, all of the weight of you. How you doing? Good? You can put it back down? How hard was that? Not that bad? The magic of a pulley is really the magic of a rope, because a rope is always in tension. You can't push a rope. If you pull on this side of the rope, that force transfers all the way through the pulley. So you basically can redirect a force. That is the primary function of a pulley, redirecting force. It's pretty good. How was it?
Hard.
The pulley changes
Now
the
see.
direction of your body
It's a single pulley. So when they're pulling with one tension, right, they're just lifting it. So T is mg.
weight. So you can use your own body weight to help you pick something up.
But look at the kids, huh? They're struggling really. They're just pulling it with all their effort.
Very good. Was that hard?
Not as hard. Not as hard.
Not as hard as what?
Just picking it up.
Okay, so it's easier to pick it up with the pulley because you can kind of lean into it, right?
Because
So this is the part
so
that
instead
starts
of
to confuse
just
people.
lifting it up, this was easy because they're using their own body weight. It's like when you're cycling, remember you stand up sometimes. You're trying to push the pedal with your own weight. That's what you're doing. Now
If you
what it
can
did
change
is,
the way the pulleys are arranged, you can make it even easier to pick this up. Do you want the normal pulley or the snatch block?
The snatch.
Snatch block. There you go. Go for it. So you split it apart. Don't cut your finger off there. There you go. So this is the magic of a snatch block. We can put a pulley in any place, anytime, as long as there's a rope, and a snatch block is big enough for the rope. This is the part where when you see it happen, you're like,
now if you see, right, now you can clearly see there. These kids are pulling with one tension. Now we have two tensions here, right?
oh yeah, of course it's easier because of pulleys. But if you don't stop and think, you won't really understand what's happening. So slowly pull. Is it really easy this time?
It's a lot more easy.
A lot easier. Okay, so this is what's happening. The tension in the rope right here is being redirected by this pulley, because that's what pulleys do. They redirect force. But down here with the snatch block, we're doing the same thing. We're redirecting the force. But you have tension in the rope and tension in the rope. So all you do is you put tension in a rope somewhere, and then you add up as many ropes as possible on the thing, and that's how you get mechanical advantage. So in this case, how much force is on the center blocks? Do you know? 2 times the tension. I don't know about you, but I understand things. When I pull the other side of that, yes, we can. A pinky finger, that's like 10 pounds of force. Scale to the
Now, so
input
he just
of the
keeps
rope
adding pulleys, huh?
as far. How far do you think we can go with this? You think so as I pull here, look at
See,
this.
look at here, huh?
That's nuts. That is a little, which if you count all those up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we have 8 ropes in tension on that block. So as I pull here, look at this. That's nuts.
Can you clearly see that? What is happening? Look at these readings, huh? He's pulling with what? This much, right? Tension. See how much force he is generating. If you take like this is 5, this is definitely 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, I don't know, whatever it is. So you're getting more tension than what he's actually applying.
That is a little bit of force and a lot of output. That is some serious mechanical advantage. Look at this though. The ropes over close to me are moving a lot, but the ones over near you aren't moving as much. Let's break this thing apart again and see if we can understand what's happening. This is so awesome. Oh man, that's a great shot. Okay, so here's what we got. We've got one input pulley. Let's count
So
up the
basically, if you
tension
see,
again.
huh?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8
I
tensions.
put 2 pounds here on the input. Oh, that is a lot of force on the output. You remember on the block and tackle, the ropes were moving. Take apart your line.
So there, that is your mechanical advantage. Next one. We got a block here. So this angle is 60 degree. This is 90. This is 2 kg. So tension in the string is T1. Tension in the string is T2. Find T1, T2. So you tied this block with 2 ropes as shown. T1, T2. Find tension. You know, these videos that I'm showing now, these things are getting recorded, right? When I upload this in the YouTube, you know what YouTube is saying? It is actually banning me to show this part. This part, when I upload it now, if you try to open this part will come as a blank for you on the screen. So it is saying it's a copyrighted content you can't see. Get this thing, finish it up. Done. See, FBD. So for the 2 kg block, the weight will be 20 newtons. This is T2. This is T1. Now, if that is 60, this will be 60 degree. Alternate angles, no? So you can divide the force into components. This will be T2 cos 60. Hope everyone knows the components part. Anyone who doesn't know how to divide components, please ask me. I'll show you once. So what I did here, T2 now, I made a right angle triangle like this. This is 60. So this is the adjacent side. This is the opposite side. Adjacent side is what T2 cos 60. Opposite is T2 sin 60. Then this is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. That's my axis. So in the vertical direction, who is balancing? T2 sin 60 is balancing the 20 newtons. So from here I get T2 will be 40 by root 3. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. In the horizontal direction, T1 is balancing T2 cos 60. Cos 60 is half. So that is T2 by 2. So T1 will be 20 by root 3. Have a look at this. Anything that you didn't get, please ask me. So if you see, all this is nothing but resolution of vectors. Draw the FBD, write the forces, divide them into components and equate them. Finish it off. Story is as simple as that. Done. Next one, turning the page. So we got a block here. (30°), 60°, 30°. This is a 10 kg block. This is T1, this is T2. Find T1, T2. Same thing, I just made the strings now at angles. Any doubts in the question, please ask me. Just put this down, I'll get some water and come. First. See, first thing, free body diagram. The weight 100 newtons. This is T2. This angle will be 30 degrees, alternate angles. This is T1, this is 60 degree. So what are the components? This will be T2 cos 30, T2 sin 30. This is T1 cos 60. This is T1 sin 60. Hope all got the components. So what is happening here? So vertically, na, T1 sin 60 and T2 sin 30 are balancing your weight 100. Whereas horizontally, na, T2 cos 30 is balancing T1 cos 60. So the equation will be T1 sin 60 plus T2 sin 30 is balancing your weight. And T1 cos 60 is T2 cos 30. These are the two equations. So T1 cos 60 is half, T2 cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So T1 is T2 root 3.
T2 is 50.
Are
T2 is 50.
okay. So T1 is T2 root 3. Put it on to here. I'll solve it in the next page. Anything that you didn't get, any particular step you're confused, please ask me. Next thing. So see. So T1 sine 60 plus T2 sine 30 was 100. And I know T1 is T2 root 3. So take T1 and substitute here. So T2 root 3 sine 60 is root 3 by 2. T2 sine 30 is half is 100. So this will be 3 plus half, so 2T2. So T2 will be 50 newtons. You get T1 will be 50 by root 3 newtons.
50 root 3.
50 root 3, 50 root 3. Yeah. Have a look at this. Any doubts, please ask me. Clear? Turning the page. Next one.
Sir, can you go to the previous page? Thank you, sir.
So we have a ball stuck between two tables like this. Tables are of not same height. Huh? So this table is pushing with N1. This table is pushing with N2. These angles are given. 30 degree, 60 degree. Mass of the ball is 5 kg. Find N1, N2. So you have a ball stuck between two tables of different heights. So the tables are pushing with N1 and N2. Angles are given 30 and 60. Find N1 and N2. Same process. Draw an FBD, resolve the forces horizontally, vertically, equate them, finish it off. Now, if this is 60, this is 60. Alternate angles. So you can resolve this. N1 cos 60, N1 sin 60. Or you could have done this also. You can take this is 30, then you can write N1 cos 30, which is actually same as cos 60. Or you can write N1 sin 30, which is same as cos 60. It doesn't matter which angle you want to take. You'll get the answer same. And this guy, which is N2, this angle will be 30 degree. So this will be N2 cos 30, and this will be n2 sin 30. And you have your own weight. How much is that? 50. So equations. So vertical direction mein you'll have n1 cos 60 plus n2 cos 30. These two people are balancing the weight 50. n1 sin 60 is balancing n2 sin 30. So this would be n1 root 3 by 2 is n2 half. If you see, this is same as the previous question. सिर्फ इतना ही difference है. In place of T1, T2, we got N1, N2. There the strings are pulling, here the normal directions are pushing. If you observe, all the values are same except the block ka weight is 10 and 5 here. Take this N2 and put it in this first equation. You get N1 by 2 plus N1 root 3 cos 30 is root 3 by 2 is 50. So you get N1 is how much? 25 newtons, no? And N2 is 25 root 3. Have a look at the equations. Ask me if I'm confused anywhere. Done. Now all these problems, right, you can also solve with a theorem called Lami's theorem, which I don't like. It's a lame theorem actually, but it is there in the book. So once you see that theorem now, you will feel like, this is something new. So I'll just teach you, but will not use it. It is a little useless actually. So Lami's theorem. In case you have your HSC exam this year, then you might need it. So what this thing says, if three forces acting on a body, three forces are acting on a body, which is in equilibrium, then, so if you have something like this thing, see, F1, F2, F3, then these angles now, this is alpha, this is beta, this is gamma. What this theorem says, the ratio of force by sine of the opposite angle, there is F1 by sine alpha opposite angle, F2 by sine beta is F3 by sine gamma. This condition is satisfied. This is called Lami's theorem. If you remember this thing, this is nothing but sine rule. A by sine A by A by sine B is C by sine C. I showed you this in trigonometry. You can prove this thing using resolution of vectors. Now, why I don't like this thing? What happens if there are four forces? What happens if there are five forces? One. Second thing, it takes away all that, how is it moving? What if the system is not in equilibrium? Then what will you do? So you will lose a lot of information with this thing, even though it gives you an answer. But this method, what we did till now, right? This is standard. This you should know. Draw an FBD, resolve the forces. Actually, you know what? Lami's theorem is proved by resolving forces. So, yeah. So this is called Lami's theorem. So just in case you hear this word, don't get scared. You solve the problem normally like that we are doing. Draw an FBD, resolve the forces, and balance them. Copied. Put it down. Done. Turn the page. Last one. You have a block here, capital M. We have an incline, and there is a block small m hanging like this. Find m by m if system is in equilibrium. All surfaces are smooth. Basically, the big block is trying to slide downward, no? The small block is trying to pull down, right? So there is a balance. So till today is there for the Sunday exam. These kind of problems also you will see. Get this thing, I'll give you a minute. Listen, this thing, now the important thing is division of components. We have done this thing in project on an incline. I showed you. So let me show you first that part and then draw the FBDs. If you draw this capital M to FBD now, look at this thing mg. This was theta. This was 90 minus theta. This was theta. Hope everyone agrees with these angles. So if this was mg, this was theta. Look at the components, huh? This was mg cos theta, the adjacent side. This was mg sin theta, the tangential. If you remember, we did this in projectile. The gravity is divided into g sin theta, g cos theta. Remember, it was the same thing. So this is the first part, and you can remember this thing. Huh? This thing comes a lot. So whenever you see the block, you can divide the forces along the incline perpendicular to the incline. So what are you doing here exactly? You are choosing this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. So along the incline is x, perpendicular to incline is y. So once you got this part, then I'll show you the FBD on the next page. Put it down. Next thing, drawing the FBD on the next page. Now see the mg now how it looks. So this component is mg sine theta. This is tension. This is mg cos theta. This is normal reaction. And for the other block, tension small mg. So in this thing, see how it's getting balanced. So T is balancing mg sine theta. N is balancing mg cos theta, which I don't require anyways. And here the tension is balancing small mg. If you solve equation 1 and 3, you get capital mg sine theta is small mg. So you get m by small m is 1 by sine theta. There. If this is in the exam, now I won't do this much. This is what mg sine theta, I know. Along this thing, this is what small mg now. They both should balance each other, isn't it? You can directly write it in one step instead of doing this much story. So whatever force I'm pulling in this way, that should be balanced by this force in this direction. You can directly say capital mg sine theta, small mg. That is how you should solve in the exam. But fine, right now you're learning, so I'm showing you everything step by step. Put it down. Anything that you didn't get, please ask me. That's the last one for the day. So I think yesterday the paper, still some people are yet to write here today. Write it. Saturday we'll discuss the paper. So if you got any other doubts that you want to ask, you can stay, or else you're free to leave.